to the Roedde House. My name is Billy Ann Wu. I'm the president here at the Roedde House Museum, and I'm here with
Amy Walker from Makemobile, and we'll be doing some scrapbooking motto mashups, sort of bringing some things that people used to do in Victorian times into the present day, and having fun making things together. Yeah. So I made a little example of something. It's a bit hokey. It says, "We are here for each other."
I think it's great.
Yeah, and what I was using was some Victorian clip art, which we've put some downloadable clip art on the website. People can find and print out their own, either in black and white or color. And if you're doing black and white, you can also use a little bit of paint and paint that in if you want to add color to it. But basically, you know, it's to celebrate what we might do as an individual or a family, to sort of think about the words that guide us in life and things we want to remind ourselves of every day. So, you know, it's a fun activity, but it's also something that might resonate with us personally. Yeah, so I made this one, and I have another one in mind that I want to do, and I'm curious about what you think about when you think about like the family motto or personal kind of messages that you might want to write. Or
yeah, I think, you know, there's lots of examples that you could take from, you know, what you see every day. I mean, I think maybe a natural place for you to start is like, you know, just jotting down some words that might feel inspirational to you or evoke some kind of emotion, and then go from there, whether that's just a collection of single words or like an actual sentence, or, you know, just, but it's what you feel. It's, you know, what, you know, you want to express on that given time. And also you know, you don't have to start with the words too. You can look at some of the images and see kind of what inspires you. Like, for example, like I looked at all this great clip art here that, you know, we will have on the website for you. And I have a dog, so I love dogs. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do an animal themed motto, because my dog has been very important to me this last few years. So same, and we've got, you know, food themed things. So if you want to talk about, you know, how food and family makes you feel in the holidays. There's, you know, it's endless in terms of what you can do and what inspires you.
And I'll jump in. We have, you know, these examples, but also you can print out or bring in any ephemera or pictures. So if, for example, if you're like our friend, interested in food, then find online maybe pictures of your favorite food and put that on your motto, and or whatever is meaningful for you.
Yes.
Like this is just a small example of, you know, collaging cutouts. So should we get started?
Yeah, let's get started.
Okay.
So what you'll need: paper,
Scissors,
pens and markers,
images to cut out,
glue.
So for this one, I just wrote with pencil my message, and then I just used some Sharpie and some acrylic pen, actually. So I'm just going to start by doing that, like just writing the message. And another one that I like is we share what we have. And so that's just a little reminder to just share. It's kind of simple, but I like it. So I'll just start.
So I think what I might do is I just grabbed some paper, some scrapbooking paper I had around, and I thought, okay, I kind of like this print, so I might do something and use that as a base, and then I might take something that's already kind of illustrated, and, you know, obviously you can use whatever you like. You can just use blank paper to do that. I might put that in the middle, and then yeah, just start from there.
But really follow your creativity. Like, I think that's the fun of it. It doesn't have to be any one way. It can be just start from that starting point, and then there are no rules. So this is a fun thing. It's not. there's no wrong way to do it. I like this color.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing that's fun to do is just like add layers and borders of things. So, if you have some colors that you like together, just maybe build them up together. This activity is inspired by, because we're in Roedde House and this is a Victorian era building, we're doing a Victorian era activity, two that we're mashing up. One is the scrapbooking, which was very popular, I understand, at this time. And because people were, they had a lot of printed materials available to them, and so those were kind of precious, so people would keep them and cut them and keep things that were sentimental to them by scrapbooking them.
Yeah, and in the Victorian times there's like a big emphasis on paper craft and letter writing and cards and mottos, and Victorians were great collectors of things as well, so they did have a lot of, whether it's pictures or print things to utilize for projects like these. And I mean, we have to think about, this is a time before there were computers or iPads or printers, like home printers, so they really just had to be creative and use what they had around them. And this is the way that they captured memories. I mean, photography also, there was commercial photography where you would go to a photographic studio, but no one had, their own personal cameras where they could just save images. So anything that they wanted to capture that meant something to them, they had to put it on paper. They had to put it in hard copy.
Mm-hmm. Excellent point. When I was thinking about writing out the lettering as well, like some of the Victorian lettering is so beautiful, and doing hand lettering is a real art form, so it can be a little daunting to lay out, okay, here's the lines I'm going to draw on, and writing out in pencil, what those words are going to be and ordering them. You can make mistakes, so it's tempting to use the computer to lay out the lettering, and by all means, if that is something that is more comfortable and more fun, go for it. But I think, to me, the value of making things by hand is that it stimulates your brain in a different way than working on the computer. So I would say give it a shot, drawing out your motto by hand, because when you write it with your body, it's like you have a different relationship to the words, you have a different relationship to the art. So it's my plug for hand making things.
So I just wanted to talk a little bit about the tradition of letters and mailing in the Victorian times. As I mentioned before, they didn't have email, they didn't have phones to text message anyone, they didn't have websites they could post on, social media websites. They just had paper, pen, and whatever local postal system that they had. And so we've got some really beautiful examples here from our collection of some cards that people used to send to each other. So we have some beautiful Valentine's pop-up cards. So you can kind of see it folds up, so if you want to mail it, and then it pops up into this beautiful 3D kind of image, and you can write a little message on the back. I mean, so I'm not saying you need to make these beautiful cards to send them, but I think they're just such lovely examples of what you can put in the mail and send someone, and when they receive it and they open it, how special they must feel to get something so beautiful. And we've got some other cards that are, more in a similar format to the cards we see today, of all different kinds of occasions. Some of these are Christmas cards, holiday greetings with some really, very interesting kind of cuts and folds. And so that's so unique. Birthday cards, a chain to link our thoughts and hearts. And I think that's particularly relevant today, especially when we can't see a lot of our family in person. So why not send them a card? Make them feel special. And I think a time like now, we realize how valuable these links are and how special it makes people feel when they get something like this in the mail, even if it's something small. There's already just a pre-written kind of birthday poem, And it's something you can grab off the internet, and you've got that convenience now, or just write something heartfelt and meaningful, or just that you're thinking of them. And so we actually have some really great examples here from the museum. So this is from our gift shop. We've actually taken some of these cards and made them into postcards. And we have a collection of 10, and we've collected kind of cards from all different seasons. So you can grab one of these sets and you're set for the whole year. So yeah, I hope that inspires you to send some cards out. So thanks for joining us. This is what I made today. So it's in Animals We Trust, and I think I will be giving this to my mother, and I know bring a smile to her face. So I hope you'll find some inspiration in what we do, and then you find an activity that you can do on your own or with your family, or even doing that remotely.
Thanks for inviting me to the Roedde house, which is a really wonderful place, and I've made we are here for each other, and we share what we have, and those are two things that mean something to me, and I hope you'll make something that means something to you, and enjoy making it with your own hands.
So thanks again to Amy for coming here and facilitating this workshop. If you make your own mottos, feel free to share them with us and tag us on social media at Roedde House Museum. I also want to thank the BC Museum Association for making this workshop possible.